Hello there guys, RuggedEagle here today, and today we're going to be guessing and predicting all 150 vehicles that could be in LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. I will be excluding micro fighters from this list because I don't really want to look at micro fighters because I think that's a little bit unfair, but we're going to look at all the ships, and I've thrown a couple of extra ones in there that could potentially make it into the game, so I hope you go to enjoy, and if you've realised that I've missed any, please let me know in the comments. Anyway, let's get straight into this. So I am going to do this in episodic order, starting with episode 1, the Phantom Menace, and some vehicles will cross over, I know that guys, but let's just begin with episode 1. So the first vehicle is the Naboo Starfighter. Absolutely love this vehicle, one of my favourites. The next one is the Sith Infiltrator, Darth Maul's ship. The next one is the Nubian Royal Airship. The next is the Republic Cruiser, which is the red ship from the opening. Next is the Rizalian, I think that's what it's called, otherwise known as Darth Maul's speeder bike. Next is the MTT, which is the big droid, obviously vehicles. Next is the AAT, which is a really cool LEGO set. We've also got that as a new LEGO set in this year. The next is the STAP, which is just the standard speeder bike for the droids. Next is Anakin's pod racer. Then Sebulba's pod racer. Now, there are other pod racers out there, but I didn't throw them in because they might make it in the other pod racers. I don't know. But if they do, there'll be an extra 7 of them. But I don't reckon they'll make it in. I just reckon it's going to be them 2 pod racers. Next is a water vehicle, which is the Bongo submarine, what Qui-Gon goes in, and Obi-Wan. And then next is the Flash Speeder, and you've also got the, the Naboo Speeders, and there's 2 of them, so we can add 2 of them on as well. Moving on to episode 2. Here we go. So beginning with episode 2, we've got Obi-Wan Starfighter, which is the first phase of the Starfighters. We've also got the Nubian Yacht, which is a really nice looking ship. We've also got everyone's favourite, the LAATs, which is a really good ship. Then next we've got the Airspeeder, which is the Coruscant carts. Next we've got the Swoop Bike, which Anakin uses to save his mother. Next we've got Slave 1, this is Jango's Slave 1. Next we've got Count Dooku's Solar Sailor. Then next we've got the ATTE. Then we've got the Gondola Speeder. And we've also got the Naboo Royal Airship. We've also got the Geonosian Speeder, which Count Dooku rides on. We've also got Zam Wesell's Speeder. We've also got the Geonosian Fighter. And then we've also got the Hailfire Droid. And the Homing Spider Droid. And the Dwarf Homing Spider Droid. And the Star Freighter. So that is pretty much all of them from episode 2. I know that there's some that cross over between 2 and 3, but they are mainly the ones that appear in episode 2, and there is quite a lot in episode 2. Now moving on to episode 3, my favourite Star Wars film. Let's begin with the ARC 170 Starfighter. We've also got Jedi Starfighter Obi-Wan's, and we've also got Jedi Starfighter Anakin Skywalker's, which is also a LEGO set this year. I have also thrown in Plo Koon Starfighter from the Order 66 scene. Then next we have the Bark Speeder, which comes in the 501st Battle Pack. We've also got the Tank Juggernaut on the ground for the clones. We've also got the Wookiee Catamaran. Then we've also got the ATST, the clone version. Then we've got the Vulture Droid, which is a really nice ship, everyone knows them. Next we've got the Soulless One, which is also General Grievous's ship, and that is definitely confirmed to being in the game. Next we've got Grievous's wheel bike. Then we've got Tantive 4 Episode 3 version. It's a little bit different. I don't know if they're going to add it though, but I've thrown it in there. Then next we've got the Tri-Fighter. I've also shoved in Yoda's fighter. I know we don't see it in episode 3, but I thought I'll throw that one in there. Then we've also got Palpatine's shuttle, where he goes and picks up Anakin. Then we've also got Bale Speeder, which is the red one. Then we've got the droid gunship. And then we've got the corporate tank droid, the AT-AP, and the swamp speeder. And if any of you guys are thinking, well, where are the big capital ships? I will be doing the capital ships at the end of the video if you're wondering where they are at. And another vehicle I forgot to throw in there in episode 3. You know the scene where Anakin Skywalker goes obviously to save Palpatine from Mace Windu. He gets in a very unique looking speeder. It's like a circle. I couldn't find the name of that one, so if any of you guys know that, please let me know in the comments and I'll definitely pin it so everyone else can see it. So that pretty much wraps up the prequels. Now we are moving on to the original trilogy. So let's begin with obviously the TIE Fighter. We've got the Millennium Falcon episode 4. We've got the X-Wing, the Y-Wing, the A-Wing, and we've also got the V-Wing. Then we've got Vader's TIE Fighter. Then we've also got the TIE Bomber, Luke's Land Speeder, which is definitely confirmed, the Sandcrawler, the TIE Interceptor, the TIE Defender, the Dewback, the Bantha, and the Skyhopper. Now I know the last ones were animals, but I've still thrown them in there as vehicles. Now let's move on to episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. So the first one is the Snow Speeder. The next one, then we've got the AT-AT episode 5 version. Then we've got the Nebula B Frigate, which is quite a big ship. It's the medical ship, so I've thrown it in there. Then we've got the Cloud Cart, which I'm super excited to see. Then I've thrown in the Swamp version of Luke's X-Wing. Then we've got the TIE Advanced. And then we've also got Boba Fett's Slave 1. And then we've got the GR-75 Transport. So that is pretty much all of them for episode 5. Now moving on to episode 6, now I know quite a lot of them cross over into other episodes, so pretty much all that's in episode 4 and 5 are pretty much in episode 6, so the only ones in episode 6 that are new are the cargo skiff, and Jabba's sail barge, and the Lamb BDA class shuttle, which is the nice white shuttle. Next we are going to move on to the sequels, and I've just put them all together because really the sequels, they're just using the same ships, but there are quite a lot of different variants and it's kind of a bit annoying, but hey, we're getting more vehicles anyway. So here is episode 7. So we've got Rey's Speeder, we've got Poe Dameron's X-Wing, we've also got the Resistance X-Wing. We've also got Kylo Ren's shuttle. Now, they could add the grey one in or the black one. I really don't know. But they're going to definitely be adding his shuttle. Next, we've got the Star Fortress. Next, we've got the Ski Speeder from episode 8. Then we've got the First Order TIE Fighter. Then we've got the A-Wing, the Resistance A-Wing. Then we've got the AT-M6s, which is the ones from episode 8 on Crate. Then we've got the Y-Wing, the Resistance version. Then we've got Millennium Falcon episode 7. I've just thrown that one in there because they might do 2. Then next we've got the ITS Transport, which is the new Lego set from Galaxy's Edge. Then we've got the Night Buzzard, which is also another Lego set. Then we've got Major Von Reg's TIE Fighter, which is another Lego set. Then we've got the First Order Troop Transport. Then we've got the Resistance Shuttle. And then we've got Han's Freighter from episode 7. Then we've got the Resistance Bomber. And then we've got the Canto Bight Police. And there's also the Canto Bight Speeders. There's quite a lot of Canto Bight vehicles. And then we've got the AT-ST, the First Order one. And then we've also got the Headless AT-ST. So that is pretty much what I meant. The sequels do take up quite a lot of the vehicles because they are literally the same but with different variants. And there's even more, but I didn't want to throw even more in there because I didn't want to clog up the list with just variants and skins of the same vehicle. So let's move on to our favourites, the big capital ships. Now there is obviously going to be the Venator, which is my favourite all-time capital ship. Then we've got the Separatist Dreadnought. Now, I do know there is about 5 different versions of this in the opening of episode 3. Now, I don't know if they're going to add all of these different variants, but you could count that as 5 or 1. It's up to you. I count it as 5 because I know there is quite a lot of different variants, but I don't think it's going to be in the game, all of them. But anyway, it's on there. So, next is the Imperial Star Destroyer, which is the basic regular one. Then we've got the Super Star Destroyer, which is definitely confirmed, along with the Imperial Star Destroyer. Then we've got the Mandator 4 Dreadnought, which is from, obviously, the sequels. Then we've got the Radus, which is from Episode 8. And then we've got, obviously, Death Star 1 and Death Star 2. Now, I know that there could be a lot more capital ships, especially from, obviously, the prequels. And there is quite a lot in the sequels, but I've just kept the main ones that I think are going to be in it. Then next we've got the Razer Quest, and these are some other bonuses I'm just going to throw in there. We've got the Razer Quest, which is confirmed to be coming. We've got the Trade Federation landing ship, the Trade Federation control ship. I'm a bit iffy on that one, but it could still make it in there. And then we've got the SPHA, I don't know how you pronounce that one, and that is pretty much all of the vehicles. Now, I have pretty much just added the standalone vehicles in there, and I am aware that there is a hell of a lot of variants for certain ones. So the X-Wing, that has about 7 different variants when I was looking through the ships, so I didn't want to add all of them. And like I said, I also didn't want to add the micro fighters, because I don't know if the micro fighters are going to be in it or not. But that is pretty much all that I got. So overall, there was about 140 on my list, so I was missing around 10 vehicles. So they said it will be around 150. That is pretty much all I got. Now, they obviously could be more variants of certain vehicles. They could do like episode 7 and 9 and episode 4's Millennium Falcon. I don't know, but I hope you guys did go to enjoy this video. And if I did miss out on any, or any vehicle you would love to see that is not obviously in canon from the Skywalker Saga episodes 1 to 9, please let me know in the comments. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and make sure to subscribe if you're new around here, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.